and directing?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing was the script. Maris presented me with this script in 2012 at the Sundance Film Festival, and I was really, really taken with the writing. I was taken with the bravery of the writing in dealing with a subject as taboo as grief and bereavement. And then, we talked about her vision for the film, and I could tell I was dealing with a really fresh and exciting cinematic brain, and that went on to be the case as we shot the film.
Speak about collaborating with Diane and working scenes with her.
One of the greatest actresses working today, in my opinion, and I'm always looking for opportunities to work with people better than me so I can up my game as an actor. That was definitely the case with this, in getting to do this film with her. Such a brave actress, an actress who every take, every scene costs her. She really expends herself to tell the story truthfully, and it was a complete delight, really, a dream come true to get to work with her.
And speak about some of the emotions and the journey your character goes through.
Yeah, I mean, to be playing someone who loses his wife very early in the movie and is dealing with the fallout from that is something that's tough to do when you're a happily married man yourself, as I am. But I felt that the truthfulness and the authenticity of the story was worth telling. So the price was worth paying, I guess is what I'm saying. And thankfully, the fact of the matter is the film goes on to be life-affirming, because you see how these two people begin to heal after this catastrophic event.
So I started writing the film as my marriage was falling apart. It's not autobiographical, it's a piece of fiction, but it kind of began with a series of questions that I was facing, that the lead character is facing. So what happens when the ground falls out from under you, when your ideas about your future family, about your sense of self kind of change in a moment. And then from there, that's where the story came from.
Speak about the casting, because you have two incredible actors, Diane and David.
And Rosie Perez.
And Rosie as well, of course.
Yeah, David came on early in the process. He's a producer on the film as well. So when an actor comes on also to produce a film, they're really saying, not only do I want to inhabit this character, but I want to help get it made. And then I actually had the good fortune of meeting with both Rosie and Diane on the same day, which was an incredible day. We had long discussions about the film, about the characters, about our lives. And they both said yes to me, and that went a much more traditional route through their reps.
And speak about getting an indie film made, what that process is like, because they're not easy.
No, I mean, the film, you can imagine, I'm a first-time female director. The film is about grief. It's mostly a cast of color with a woman over 65 in the second lead. It was a challenging film to make. It was a challenging film to finance. But I think that what I learned in terms of bringing on creative collaborators as well as financiers was that it was really about finding champions of me and champions of the project and people who wanted to see this film be made.
And speak about Maine. Why did you choose Maine?
So I grew up in Philly. I grew up in a kind of diverse, kinetic, artistic neighborhood, and we would spend 2 weeks every summer in rural Maine. And even as a little kid, I was struck by how different these places were and how many Americas exist within our country. And so the film begins in Atlanta. That's where this couple lives. There's a stark contrast between Atlanta and rural Maine. It's the poorest, whitest, most conservative state in the Northeast. It's a place where you can imagine him finding some sense of solace, yet at the same time feeling totally alienated. And it's also really very beautiful.
And lastly, speak about working with Tiana Parra. She's having such a great year with Survivor's Remorse and all her film projects.
Tiana is amazing. She's a tremendous talent, and we're really very lucky to have her on this film as well.